Like, I know.
Hey y'all, welcome to Unfiltered but Still Covered. Honest Conversations, Grace Still Apply. We were already talking, and I said, hey, why not do an episode? Who's here with me today?
Hey, it's Mo.
There's one more.
And then we got.
I feel like I don't have a nice name, Destinee.
Why do you don't feel like your name is nice?
No, I love my name. I'm saying like yours is like, oh, Mo, and I'm just like, Destinee. I got too many syllables.
Oh, yeah. That's why. No, pause. Y'all can't call her that.
I was like,
Okay.
Don't do too much. But I do feel like it's like using your trauma as a crutch. And I know that I've been through a lot of fucked up stuff. I know I've been in a lot of fucked up situations. But I also know there's so many more people who have been through way worse shit, who's still out here making it happen, who's still out here getting it done. And I feel like once you resign your whole life to your trauma, then they win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and who am I to give these people who have violated me in such a way, like, I'm gonna give you more than what you already took? No, you don't get to take my whole life. That don't belong to you. That belong, like, God gave that to me, he didn't get it to you.
And that's what I be feeling like to let it go. Because then I feel like if you're holding on to this trauma, then what? You can't work. Now you have depression issues.
Yeah.
Now you have sadness and just all these issues, anxiety that stem
But
from this
also,
incident of trauma.
hurt people. So when you don't address your trauma, you're more likely to traumatize somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think it's also like this, to me, like this encapsulating thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna take that thing that you did to me, I'm gonna take that way that you hurt me, and I'm going to put it in this capsule to where it can't hurt anybody else. Because I refuse to take that with me and let it leak on every single person that I come in contact with.
And
Like,
it
that hurt
sure
doesn't
do
get
be
to go.
leaking. Oh
Leaking
my
every damn
God.
God, you need to work on mine. Mine's not bottled. It's not.
I'm thinking like,
Give
I
me
don't know.
Any type of inkling that reminds me of this, I'm like, you him or you that person. So mine's not bottled.
But I think that recognizing patterns is a safety mechanism. Like, I don't think that's bad. Niggas just don't like to be accountable.
They don't.
So
They
you'd
not.
be like, oh, it's triangle, square. They'd be like, nah, I had a rectangle. Nigga, a square technically is a rectangle.
And
So
then
still, what
it
I said.
bothers me because then you're sitting there thinking you are holding on to this trauma forever.
Mm-hmm.
They living their life kicking and hanging out like they've never done anything to you. Having families, raising grandkids, kids, cars, houses, whatever they're doing, living life, doing cruises, all of that. And I'm over here mad and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stuck in the 80s or in 2026.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't lie, this person, from the time that I remember, because it could happen before and I just don't remember.
Yeah.
From the time I remember, I was 4 to 17. And then people are looking at me like, what, 17? Don't you know better? 4 to 17.
Because we don't understand what grooming is.
And
We
I've
don't
been
understand
conditioned.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, all of those are real things.
I know one that I hold on to is I have an issue with church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how unsafe certain, like, it's not, I don't necessarily think the church is unsafe, right? But sometimes I will walk into a certain type of church building. You got too many doors. This door leads to that door, leads to that door, leads to that door. I know what happened here.
Basements.
The first time I went to City of Truth when she with her, and they said the children's church was somewhere else, and I looked at her, because where my baby going? And the only reason I even let her go is because one, she was going with Leah, and then plus I was like, if she already did her leg work, then she should be safe. That's the only reason I even feel comfortable sitting her there. But any other church, my baby next to me. I have a...
And nothing happened at that church.
No,
Just
nothing happened.
Probably
should not say that.
We still at the city, we good.
Yeah.
I started
But
with the kids, we good.
that's how people have, like, church hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember ours was the basement. You know what I'm saying? And anything can go on because while everybody up at church, you're running down to go to the bathroom and he down there.
Maybe them Sunday school rooms and them nurseries.
And
A
nobody
nursery always
wants
got a
to
door that
talk
leads to another
about
room.
it.
Yep.
Nobody wants to talk. But then I had, as an adult, because that ain't even why I stopped going to church. I stopped going to church because I got pregnant as a teenager. And the lady said I wouldn't do that if my grandma was still living. That's not the life I would have chose to live. Something stupid. And I smacked her. But whatever. So.
No, she be fighting in church.
That lady that kept.
Oh, you be fighting in church.
I don't see what the problem is.
Why you laughing at me?
You're not my grandma. And my mama knows.
Y'all, moral of the story is stop saying crazy stuff to people in church because they out here slapping folks.
Because, baby, she kept praying for me, talking about you. God showed me this vision of you doing this, this, and that. And my thing is, I didn't have my kids till I was 30. Yours already had a couple. But you kept praying for me. I kept revealing you to me. Revealing me to you? Okay.
Maybe them prayers need to be redirected.
Redirected.
We had went to this one church, me and my cousin, and the chick in front of us, she did whatever she did. The prophet went to her and was like, oh, you have young kids and you have all these issues with your kid's father. You need to let your child's father see the kid. She's like, oh. And she kept following her. They like did this to her head. And
Listen,
she
you
falls
like in my
down.
head with some oil. I'm standing up straight because who are you hitting?
Girl, I get up in the line next, and I got that youngest one. And you know he crazy since birth. And he's sitting there doing all of this. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know, you don't even know what you're doing.
Yes, Lord.
And he's like, you got these problems with your baby daddy. I said, no, I don't. We cool. He's like, yes, you do. And he's like starting to hit my head.
And then they start to push you backwards.
Yes. Don't
Where
push
am
me.
I going? I'm not like, she's fighting the devil. Who is?
Then you must
Are
be
you
the
the
devil.
What are you doing? And he's like, what? He just like kept hitting my head. And he's like, grab her, y'all, take her down. Take me down to what? Why are you hitting me? Like, I didn't
Why
understand.
are you trying to knock me down?
My cousin was like, just walk away. He stopped hitting me in my head. But that's why people have like, there's certain situations in church that do cause you to have drama, because now I'm feeling like everybody between a certain age group, you're putting on this
Y'all
baby daddy issue.
Y'all
I don't.
And y'all putting on the show. Ain't nobody, people ain't passing out from the spirit. You're pushing people down.
No, I literally stopped going to church because I was like, I'm tired of dealing with this lady every week. And finally, I talked to the pastor because he was like, why you not coming? And I said, this you got issues with your members. Baby, that next week, I guess she called herself coming on over. And that man better be lying. And said, nah, we're going to chill that out. I ain't seen that lady in church since.
Because who are you? What is your,
But I
what
also
are
think
you?
that like
Something
accountability for the
No, for
flock, like there are a lot of pastors that don't do that. Like your pastor, we know he's not happy. Your pastor, sometimes my pastor, hey pastor, not happy. Like 83 and PJ run a tight ship, not happening. So I think that there has to be, like, if you're going to be over a flock, there has to be, baby, you can't just be out here doing anything. There gotta be some rules and regulations to this.
Okay, boom. I don't know
Okay,
who your
boom.
pastor is. Listen, I know who your pastor is. I know his age group. We know my pastor in his age group. Is it an age thing?
Same age group.
So, and you said he ain't having it. So you think these older churches, you know what I'm saying? Like the older members, they're the ones that do that. Because if you think about church now, our skirts and dresses are above our knees. I'm still
For yourself,
comfortable.
I'm wearing a midi today, guys.
I got on leggings and a Fred Sanford t-shirt, but
Well, my shorts is in my car. I was trying to say I want to say
unfiltered conversations, grace still applies.
This tastes like,
so you ate it.
With them seeds in it though, because you
It tastes
don't
like,
know. Gnats.
Rice Krispies.
But you know what? My church has never been, we never had an issue. Because then we found out some stuff about our bringing out we never thought of. But anyways, dress outfits and clothes was never an issue. At this point, it was somebody that wasn't always at our church and wasn't accustomed to our, because I'll be honest, I would be in there in my little dresses, my heels. But you know, I've always been attacked for my attire. Just saying, I'm curvy. What you want me to do?
Ask my friend, I'm about to think out here.
That's whose problem? Whose problem is that?
You know, and I just be feeling like it's so much thickness. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't handle it.
Everybody can't. That's why certain people weren't giving it.
What made me say from the back because it's heavy?
I'm just saying, like, you know, but okay, my bad, y'all. But yeah, that's different.
What would you say to
I'm
somebody?
back here? I'm sorry, y'all. We're sitting in a restaurant. I'm just like people watching, so ignore me.
What would you say to someone who is having a hard time dealing with or processing their trauma?
See, I have delayed reactions, so I don't know. I have severe delayed reactions to stuff.
I think it was blocked out for years, but it's so many different levels. Like it's been most of mine are relatives. It's happened more than once, at least five. So it was about 5 different relatives that I could think of, all under the age of 5. A cousin was the one who did it the longest, but I think I really blocked a lot of that out. And I just recently started talking about it because I see how other people's trauma affects them. And people who knew would like ask me questions like, well, how do you deal with it? I don't, because I'm not hanging on to it. But I feel like somewhere along the line, depending on, I won't even say depending on, Black folk need to go to therapy. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done
Y'all
it for
know
my
I'm
trauma.
a believer in therapy.
I know I have not been to therapy for mine. I'm not gonna lie and say that I have, but I have not. But it was blocked out, and it really does not bother me because, like I said, I know they're not gonna apologize. Most of them are dead. You know what I'm saying? And if you say something, I didn't do that to you.
Oh my gosh, guys!
What are you
Like,
talking
here
about?
I go on my little therapist soapbox. No, I'm not a therapist, but you know, online I could be like, oh girl. But I do think that a lot of times we do have things that have happened to us. We have
I don't even know how to use
certain situations. We have certain situations and we're like, I'm cool, that don't bother me. But it does. It's displayed in the way that you connect to other people. It's displayed in the way that you connect to the opposite sex. It's displayed in the.
Cause I can't stand the NIGGA, y'all. They irk my soul. Like I can,
Unless they got on.
I think mine shows up because I have a kid, so it shows up in who I choose to date. I don't feel comfortable leaving my daughter with anybody that I date.
I do think that was like big. I think like when I had that little girl, I remember being at a wedding and he said, "Can we get our stuff back?"
Oh, let me get my straw back. You can take it out.
I don't wanna touch where your lips go. I ain't put that food up yet at all. But I think that like I remember being at this wedding or whatever, and she was small. She was probably like definitely under 4, but like probably over 2 because like she was running around whatever. She was having a ball. What you mean y'all out here dancing and everybody got on pretty dresses? Having a ball, but I remember just my anxiety level being so freaking high. I don't know y'all like that. We're out of town. And like she was playing hide and seek with some other kids and she was just hiding. And so she like ran behind this table. And this is all like still very much out in the open, but I could not see her. And I know it don't take 3 seconds.
Yep.
I know it don't take but that long for something to change her life forever. And I remember like going over there and snatching her up and taking her out of there. And like her dad coming to me like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you doing this? I don't know them. I don't know this scenario. I don't trust this situation. And these people have not done anything.
And you know what? And I have boys. I have one daughter, but you look at it differently for boys because you don't think that boys can be molested too. You get what I'm saying?
I wouldn't look at it differently. I think they probably worse.
You know what I'm saying? But like
Think they
boys,
might be, like, more unprotected.
boys, because nobody's watching them, and that's what they're thinking.
They're like, oh,
Right?
it's a boy, so I think
Yeah,
that's worse.
right. So you're not thinking about it like that. But then when you look at this generation, all of these gay men, and a lot of them will tell you, I was molested. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm thinking like, damn. So you want to? So you?
Sorry, y'all. Just took my last bite. It was good.
I'm way getting the same shit as that girl.
You know, because like little girls, it's like I don't know these people, and I know what could happen, and it's the people that you trust. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody that's close to you. Always.
That's diabolical to me. Like I don't understand why people are so free and so easy to just let your daughters just go with whoever, or just period, dropping your kids off over
Dropping
everybody's
your
house.
kids out to everybody's house. You don't have to say so in what's going on. You don't know these people for real. Your baby can't speak, can't advocate for themselves. Like,
And you don't know who they have gone over there.
Or you do know what's going on over there, and you know
still
it ain't right.
let 'em.
And you still sending your baby,
Still
hey,
let
get
'em.
out of here.
That's crazy to me. I don't understand that. Especially if you've been my kids, I had kids so young. You know what I'm saying? That my oldest son got to an age early to where he could keep his brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like an issue like that for me. But then, like, I would have friends like, oh, can so-and-so stay while we going out?
No.
Because your child ain't gonna say that my kids was doing nothing to them, and I know they weren't, and your child ain't gonna be doing nothing to my kids. So no, they can stay over here by themselves.
I know we were in this one situation with we was out of town, went to go like visit one of her family members or whatever on her dad's side, and he stayed with somebody else who was gone for a little bit, ain't have her kids. And then they're like, oh yeah, she can go to the back and play with them. No, she can't. She can't go to the back and play with them because y'all don't even know what them kids been through. Like, those kids were gone. Those kids were in somebody else's care. Y'all have no idea what their experience was. She can't go back there with you.
That's strong right there. Because think about, I remember being in Colombia. There was this little girl, and I ain't gonna say her name, but she was named after a president. And I still remember her name.
So everybody can figure it out.
And she used
We know
to
it ain't Trump.
and it wasn't Barack.
We know that.
But she like would do this like hand motion. She would do like this hand motion. And I'm like, what is that? So in my head, I'm in kindergarten, Miss Boone's class. I remember all of this. But anyway, I went home and I was like, Mama. And I did the motion to my mama. And she's like, where you get that from? And I was like, this little girl does it while we're like we'll be reading, and she's like sitting in the chair underneath, but we're in front of her sitting down with our legs crossed. I'm looking back, and that's what she's doing. And my mama was like, oh no. And she went to the school and told her. Big thing happened. And the little girl was being molested by her brother. It was like a lot. But that's why I always remember my mom was always would say stuff like that. Like, you don't know what these kids are getting into. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know what other kids are.
Yeah, you don't know what their home life is like. And her brother was like 17 or 18. She's in kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
You're old enough to know better. And then it also used to make me think like, because my person that did it to me was 5 or 6 years older than me. What are you doing to did it happen to you?
No, I think that
You know what I'm saying? Where does
like,
that from?
I think that is typically the case. I think that when you see that, I know in some of my cases it was like, oh, this happened to this person, and then because we're still talking about children, right?
Yeah.
So if it happened to kid A, and it was bad for kid A, kid A then decides this is normal. This is going to happen anyway, and your kid B, and I care about you. I'm going to do it to you
Mm-hmm.
so that when it happens to you, it's not your first time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not confused about it. And I'm going to be nicer to you or more gentle to you than they were to me. And so I do think, like, from a kid's perspective, it's I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to do you some justice because it happened to me. So it's not that it might happen to you, it's going to happen to you. So I'm gonna make it easier.
I don't know how kids think.
Cause dang.
Like I know it happened to me.
Cause dog.
So you were kid B, and then you was going.
I was probably kid C, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Are you okay? But it stopped with you. I mean, from your perspective.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing to the kid.
I didn't know how to ask the question. I knew it didn't happen, but I'm just like, I'm trying to get it. Like, what happened? You,
But I'm like,
I know you
stopped you and it, like, stopped with you and it skipped you and we kept going.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
possible.
That's the thing. I guess ultimately you don't know if it keeps going, but I think the thing that stops it from continuing is the conversation.
do y'all talk about good touch, bad touch with your kids?
Oh, everything a bad touch.
Because who the hell touching you?
Do they talk about it in school still?
I don't
Oh,
know.
they talk about it.
I didn't
No,
know
they do. They do.
about
They
it.
do.
Okay.
They have to. Like, they're required by Missouri law. We're in Missouri, guys, but they're required by Missouri law to do that. Like, you can sign your kid out of those conversations. But
Oh, you're right. Because
in our house, it's I'm asking you every week. I'm asking you anytime you've been outside of my care. I'm asking you. I'm asking you when you've been somewhere that I know is safe. And it's
I check her on
because
me every time. Every time she's away from me, I check her.
like and that's not to say anything about the person care that she's in.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it happens so fast. Somebody could come to your house and use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could have come to your house and had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could have stopped by and they had some kids and some kids was just playing. You know what I mean? So it's not a knock on anybody. Because hell, when my kid's not with me, she's probably with you. Or she's probably with somebody else that we've already deemed safe. And it's not that we don't believe that those people are safe, but we know that safe spaces are violated so often. And I also don't want it to be in my kid's mind that, oh, if you whatever happens over there, you don't have to talk about it, even if it is a safe space. Because that's usually what happens. You're in this safe space, and we don't have to talk about things that happen in safe spaces.
That's what got me, is because don't say nothing to nobody, because this is going to happen, that's going to happen, whatever. Every single person said, don't tell nobody because I'm going to do this to you. And I was always the reason why it was happening. Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, I'm the one to get in trouble. I don't know what.
Doesn't that sound like me?
I know you don't say
It's
that.
literally like, so I think when you have those conversations with young kids, like with my baby, it's like, I always ask her, what's my number one job? My number one job is to keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
What's the thing that's most important to me?
Mm-hmm.
You. What could you do to ever make me love you less? Nothing. And so I think, like, once you lay that framework, and you can't lay that framework one time. Mm-hmm. Like, this is a conversation that we have every single week.
Mm-hmm.
So then, if something made you uncomfortable, baby, you can't get in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
And my job is to keep you safe. So if you were in any space that was unsafe for you, that's not on you. That's on me. That's not your burden. That's my burden. That's my job. That's not your job. And we even have the conversations that it's not your job to keep me safe. So it can't be, because people will do that. Like, people are so fucking twisted. They'll say, oh, if you tell somebody, then XYZ gonna happen to your mom. Mm-hmm. If you say something, then this is gonna happen to your family. That's not your job. My job is to keep me safe. My job is to keep you safe. Mm-hmm. Your job is to be honest with me so that I can do that.
And I think me telling my
nobody
kids,
want no smoke with your mama, so that's a lie. Continue, I'm sorry.
and I think I had got so. I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
I just think that, like, I got so, my kids were so, they are so comfortable. And mind you, this is kind of a weird conversation because y'all kids is little. You know, my kids is grown times grown.
Yeah.
But, but they are so, they tell me stuff that I really don't want to know. But they're comfortable with me.
Just open.
You know what I'm saying?
Open.
Like, and it's not like, but then it could be because I had them at such a young age too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the relationship's probably. I've heard a few of them say like she's like my big sister and my mama.
But I think that's such a valuable thing because, like, I remember being a teenager and all of the stupid crap that I got into that I didn't think that I could go home and say. Because I chose it. I signed up for it, and it was dumb. But those topics were off limits in my house, and so like one of my prayers for my baby is that there isn't a topic that's off limits for us. Y'all know Leah done, had like 5 boyfriends and been married once. The baby ain't in nothing but the 3rd grade. So when she come home and she want to talk about her little boyfriend, we don't talk about it. You got married. I think she was in kindergarten or 1st grade.
I think I remember that.
He in 2nd grade. He dating an older man.
She gonna be married too, and Sammy gonna be in a hole with me. Sammy always in a fight.
Oh God!
See what's happening here.
I think I'd rather have 0 limits when it comes, and I know you're big on that too. I know you're big on tell me everything. That there's no limits, there's no boundaries.
Because I still struggle with like, I don't talk to mom about anything.
Mm-hmm. It was different. It's a different type of. I almost say different. Like my mama, like she was like my best friend, but it was just certain things in the 80s. Like it's just that's not a conversation you have with your mama.
Baby,
So we weren't friends. Now she won't be my friend. No.
Remember you said you wasn't none of my little friends. You wasn't my little friend, lady.
She be trying to talk about you're not friends. But yeah, it's just it wasn't a safe space to communicate.
I know my mama did not talk to me about sex. Like that was never a conversation. Like what I learned from sex was from experience, or from like sex education. But when my grandfather found out I was having sex, I wanted to be like, oh man, I do not care. Because I don't want to hear it from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would like, my grandpa would like be in depth with like, if you don't do this, whatever. And he would tell me not to do certain things because it was for your husband. But, I ain't never been married, but ain't nobody disappointed either.
Me and my mom had one sex conversation.
What brought it up?
You got caught having sex. I was like literally in my 20s. I was literally in my early 20s. Who told you to come home that early? I was getting knocked down. I got put out the house today.
Oh.
Never heard her come through that door. That's crazy. My room right by the door. Never heard her come through that door. Getting knocked down. But even then, like, I remember the aftermath of that conversation, right? Because she just going on.
You were in your room?
It was in my room.
Oh, this wasn't the kitchen.
This wasn't the kitchen or the chair. Because, you know, just real adventurous and young. And
Unfiltered conversation. Grace still apply.
This wasn't the kitchen or the chair. Now her chair. You so that was a little thrill.
It was always in that kitchen.
It wasn't my idea. That was your idea, sir, and we remember that. Yeah. But that was
This conversation went a different direction. All right.
But I remember the aftermath of that conversation and her being like, "You don't got no business doing." And I think I was like maybe 21 or 22.
Yeah.
I had been dating this dude since I was 19. So this ain't no random person.
I thought the stupidest thing my mama ever did tell me was to wait until marriage.
No,
And
I don't think that's stupid, but I don't think that's stupid, but I also don't understand as a black community why we're all like, why is it wait till marriage and you need to put marriage off?
who said that?
Because like you're also you too young. You too young to make that type of decision. You're too young to do that. You're
just
too
feel
young to
like-
make that type of commitment.
And see, that's what I'm that's what I'm saying. So maybe my trauma did affect me a little bit because dating, I didn't feel like why should I not like I'm not gonna marry this dude. You are not in my future. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So for me to have this good time, this is what happens with you.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess that has to be because I guess so because I don't want to wait until
But-
being
and I
married.
think
So I'm
there's-
not gonna marry you.
I think there's a part, at least for me, that was like, I want to be able to control it. I want to be able to control what happens to me. And so if I decide that I'm going to do X, Y, Z, then if I decide that I'm going to go into this thing willingly, and if I decide that I'm going to have a good time, then you're never going to force yourself upon me. You're never going to be able to take anything from me. The control in this situation always remains in my court because I started this, I initiated this, I opened this door. It's not anything that anybody else got to do for me because somebody else already did that for me. And I promise that'll never happen again.
I never thought about that. Is that what my fault is?
No, I can't speak for her.
And I don't think I can take it. I like with the people. Like remember I said people are starting to call me again, and that to even be able to talk about that with you in my head, my trauma, I want it to happen naturally. I don't want to talk about it because the molester talked about it first, and then it happened. So I don't want to have that conversation with you. You don't need to know what I like, what I do, none of that. Like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's because the trauma is from discussing it first. You know what I'm saying?
Like I do think one of my prayers for my baby is that she just have a really, really, really healthy sex life.
Healthy.
Like I hope that she have a healthy sex life. I hope she get in there and I hope she have a good time. I hope that she get married. I do. I hope that she get married early. I hope that she don't, because you still go through the same amount of headache and heartache. You might as well do it with one person. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. But at least you wasn't all over the place. But I remember that conversation, like with my mom, being like, "Oh, like you want to go off on me for having sex in your house? I'm 22 years old. I've had a miscarriage and I had to do that shit by myself. I've been having sex and I had to figure that out by myself. Me and my friends are comparing notes and none of us know a damn. We don't know nothing. Like we're learning from each other. Like, oh, this happened to you? Oh, well, what about this? What happens when they do it this way? What happens if they say they like this? What, like, is this okay? Like, what are the boundaries? Like, we're learning from each other because you refuse to guide me in that way.
Because they're shy. I don't know if shy is the right word.
I don't think it's shy. I think it's shame.
Maybe
I think that what they were taught was that sex was shameful. But if I was created in his image and he created me with these desires, then why is sex shameful?
Throw the Bible at it.
A little bit. I be knowing a little bit. Like this isn't shameful, but is it something that just like everything else, I still need to be guided through? Yes.
You know,
you need
most
to be
of
next
the-
to me. That's weird.
Most of the that's even crazy to even say out loud. Most of the things that I learned to like please a man was from being molested.
Really?
And then as I got older, I also knew that I won't say no, but from my experience, I felt like if I did this and you told me no, if I did this or let you do this, then you would say yeah. And most of the time it did work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm doing this isn't to please you because I know that back then being molested,
Yeah.
you know
Because
what I'm
it's
saying?
literally, you have to remember, we're still talking about children, and y'all know how I feel about the kids. We're literally talking about child psychology. That is literally you as a child recognizing a pattern. A plus B equals C. Shut up. A plus B equals C, and that pattern continues to persist throughout life. So I'm going to, it works. It's a pattern that works, and so I'm going to continue to do it. And if it was forced upon me, and then I figure out how to work it in my favor,
Yeah, work it in my favor.
then that's what I'm going to do.
That's it. Work it in my favor. That's it.
Because the pattern remains the same. Now I'm just in control of it.
That's it. Come on, Oprah.
Woman, you get a car. You get a car.
Hey. I didn't even think
I
about
would say that I have been severely blessed. Everybody's scared of me.
You like to fight me.
Yes, I'm sure. Death ain't never been off the table.
You like to fight.
Like, I understand it, I sympathize with it, but I don't.
dwell in
It's
it.
not my. It's just not my. It hasn't been my experience like that because I'm quick to be like. I'll call people. Most of the time, I can take it myself. So it's just never been. I've never had that fear of being like no, or if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. It's just gonna have to happen. I still act like that.
Yeah, you do. I think that it's like I said. I think that most of my fear is situationally unjustified. I think that, like, when I come across those moments, like okay, my chest getting tight, breathing a little heavy, like I'm nervous, I don't know what's going to happen in this situation. There is not anything in that situation that's been presented to me that's scary. That is just my body recalling these type of situations and knowing that there's a real threat there. And so being able to like separate the two, like I literally be in my head talking myself down, like this is not that, this is not that situation, this is not that person, this is something that you do have control over, this is what you asked for, or even like this is a hard conversation, but a hard conversation doesn't necessarily mean XYZ. Like you can get, this is me talking myself down in the midst of that, not because the people or person that I presently deal with is a threat to me, but just because my body and my mind remembers threats.
Discernment is an issue that I have because if I feel uncomfortable at gate, not interested, I'm cool on you. Even now at even now even now at 46, it's girl, I know. I just turned 46 May 21st.
Oh wow, okay.
But it's like, even now, there was this Dial soap, the orange one, in the bathroom at church. This is back at the old church building. And I went in there, I wasn't paying attention. I just boom, washed my hands, and I came out the bathroom, and I was like, girl, I get to looking around. I'm like, what is this? I almost threw up. Like, I was like nauseated. I went back in the bathroom and I looked and I said, hey, you gotta take this out.
Yeah.
I said, this ain't gonna work. But even now, as an adult, I still have triggers.
Yeah.
And certain things remind me of that situation, which maybe that's why I'm a loner and I don't let people, now that I'm thinking about it.
It displays itself in our behavior.
I don't want to date. I'm cool with being single. I'm not trying that hard. You know what I'm saying?
I like me.
Because I just don't want to put in the effort. But even like now, that same soap is in the bathroom now, and I won't use the bathroom at church. I will not go in there, but I have my own. I can't, because that's what it reminds me of.
See, I think mine is more like I don't have to see or deal with that person. So
Just being able to be
because I think that's the only thing that's probably helped me. Like I said, I ran into that person maybe a month ago at the grocery store, and it was like nothing happened. Like, hey, and I'm just like, oh hey, as I'm walking out the door, and then like we had a family picnic a couple years ago. I had my baby there, and it was like, oh hey, cuz I just basically went and found my baby, and I held on to her the rest of the time. She was trying to run around the place. I was like, nope, you're gonna stay right here. Because
They don't even acknowledge the fact of, I'll be looking at Steve Wilkos and how he just be lying from gate, like, you know.
Are we talking about
Jerry
Jerry Springer, Steve?
yes,
Yeah.
he had his own show.
Oh.
Yeah, and I watch it faithfully on YouTube. Girl. I think it still come on. Some of these episodes I think are new. I don't know, maybe. But he has a lot of child molesters on there, and it just like, I'd rather be like, yeah, I did it and I'm sorry. Because I don't want to go to hell for something I could have apologized for. It's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know my eyebrows won't be drying out in heaven, but just in case they are, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to melt. Like, I would rather just be like, I did it, I'm sorry, I know I did this, and I know it hurt you. I'm sorry. How come people just can't admit to the wrong?
Because you're also talking about people who themselves have not dealt with whatever their trauma was. And so if I'm not dealing with what happened to me, I can't deal with what I did to you. Because if I gotta face you, then that means that I ultimately have to face me, which means I ultimately gotta face the person who wronged me. And I think that is what we deal with more commonly. At least let me say that is more commonly my experience. Like once I understood, once I understood the person's perspective who allowed some things to happen to me, I was like, oh shit, that makes sense.
You understood the person's perspective that allowed it to happen to you?
Yeah, shit was complicated. because
not the person that did it to you,
the person
that allowed it to happen.
Right, because I think in my situation it was more of, hey, y'all are the same age, this is what y'all need to do. Y'all are the same age, y'all are the same size, this is what y'all need to do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so once I understood that person's perspective, and once I understood what happened to that person, then I'm like, oh.
That's very mature of you. How and when did you figure this out? Understood their perspective? How it working?
I was probably in my late 20s or early 30s.
Let me say, and I'm not taking nothing away from nobody and what they got going on, because everybody deals with trauma different. And I said it, but we weren't on recording. I could not, like a lot of people end up liking the same sex because the person that normally molests you is the same sex. So they grow up to be gay because the person that molested them was a man, another man, or a female, another female. In my eyes, maybe too, because I couldn't break another chick off.
I said, I ain't raising no queers.
Yeah.
And Gorman on the street. On the phone, I'm keeping it to myself.
Right, like you couldn't tell nobody,
Yeah.
but I just think that's more confusing because the trauma to me would not let me date another woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mine were always men, but I just know in my head that this was not every single man. Those 4 to 5 niggas was bad. You know what I'm saying?
I think it also depends on what you're exposed to. I think that, a lot of dirty niggas, unfortunately. Know a lot of
it feels good and you're confused.
That are wrong. But also, I know a lot of good men. I've always known men that were protectors. I've always known men that were providers. I've always known men that were about their business. Maybe you call them cousins.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's what
and they
I'm
gonna get it done by any
blame.
means necessary. So
right.
I think again, you just learn and not even being naive about it. Like, I know my cousins are good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I also know that it's possible. I ain't gonna say for all of them, because some of my cousins are really, really, really good. And y'all probably don't deserve them. But
send my way.
But I also know, even for some of my cousins, y'all probably bad for somebody. Y'all probably bad to somebody. And while you might be protective of me in this way, I don't believe that you are protective of all women in this way. Mm-hmm. So it's like knowing that sometimes that's that duality, but also just being exposed to good men. I think one thing that I've always...
Angels. Y'all be tripping now.
One thing that I've always bragged to our friend group about, my daughter don't know no bad men. Like, she knows men that are good, that stand up for their families, that take care of their kids. Like, those are the men that she knows closely. Mm-hmm. She don't know no regular ass niggas.
And that's why I can't blame all men. I can't blame all. I cannot blame all men for what these fools have done. Because there are some good men in my circle.
That Marketing is hitting me.
Y'all, it's a lot going on over here. Nobody is discrediting the fact that there are a lot of good men out there. Because there are a lot of good men out there.
In your circle, in our circle, there's good men.
Sometimes you gotta cut circles shorter. Oh, y'all are a wild bunch.
Oh my God. How long is this recording? Because we're supposed to be going to Raw's
We got
shop.
places to be.
Yes. So, you want to end it?
Well, guys, this is Unfiltered but Still Covered, where grace still applies. We have had a ball.
Whose show was that?
That's not it.
I'll close my own show. That is Unfiltered. This is Unfiltered but Still Covered.
Is that what I said?
Honest conversations. Grace still applied. Say bye, Destinee.
Bye.
No
That's what
more.
I said.